Hi, my name is Tech, and today I'm going to show you how to fix non-removable or fixed printer head in HP Photosmart C5180 All-in-One Printer. What happens is, if I can show you the samples, is the printer is not really printing colors right. You can see I did a test page, and on some of them, see that there's streaks. I'm not sure if you can see it. Same thing, I did a test on a photo, and you have streaks all over the photo, so the photos really come out crappy, and you can see the colors don't come out right, especially blacks. They're more kind of green. And this is, I got it from the web, so it's definitely not even close what it's supposed to be. The reason I'm gonna work on this printer is this is HP 5180 All-in-One Printer, and I'm using CISS printing, which is constant ink supply system. And if you don't use it for a while, your print head gets clogged, and it has micro jets inside, and some of them get clogged, and that's why your colors don't come out right. The print head in this printer is fixed. I mean, you cannot remove it whatsoever. So I found a solution where hopefully we're gonna try it out and it will work. Okay, so first thing is I went out and I bought empty refillable ink cartridges for this printer. This is the HP O2 inks. So you have a empty refillable ink tank with a chip on it, self-resettable chip, so we can put them. The way the refillable ink cartridges work, you have to have the entire set. You cannot just get one and work it. Then you need the entire set. It also comes with a syringe, so I paid about 20 bucks for the empty inks. Next step, we're gonna need some distilled water, not regular tap water, but distilled, just because regular tap water has minerals and other stuff in it, metals, that will clog the inkjet. It will not help, so it will be even worse. Next thing, we're going to get some rubbing alcohol and some ammonia, and we're going to create a mixture solution for those inks. Alright, so first thing I got some distilled water in a cup. This is roughly, I don't know, probably 20-30 milliliters. Next we're going to add rubbing alcohol to it. And ammonia. So be careful with ammonia because it does smell pretty bad. So try not to spill it. Okay, so now we have a solution that we're going to use. Next thing, take your syringe, just sort of mix it up a little. Alright, let's get a paper. Alright, so what we're going to do is take the ink cartridges, empty it out. Take out the plunge. We're going to get about 40 milliliter of the solution, and we're going to add to the inks. Okay, let's see, 40 is not enough, so we're going to go another 40, so for a total of 80. We don't want to fill up the entire tanks, but just enough to cover. Okay. Close it back up, and we're going to do the same thing for all the colors. 80 or 60 something. This is the reason I don't want to use my original ink cartridges, because once on the CIS system, once you put it in, it will be extremely hard to clean and get the solution out. So instead of ruining the other printers cartridges, we're going to get those, and those will be our cleaning solutions only. Alright, alternative solution that you can use, actually use Windex. Just make sure it's the original Windex with ammonia D in it, and isopropyl alcohol 10%, so we can dilute the Windex to make it run smoother. This is alternative. If you don't have ammonia, this should work as well. The only thing about Windex, when you add Windex with alcohol, is that it bubbles up, and then you gotta be more careful not to get those bubbles in it. That's why I'm gonna use ammonia, but Windex is actually a solution as well, just in case you don't have ammonia. You can still use it. I mean, it should be okay, but I mean, I would highly recommend that you probably don't use Windex because of the bubbles. Then you gotta just sort of make sure that the bubbles stay on top. Alright, now that I filled up all the tanks, almost halfway to full. If you do it full, it's fine. It's really depends on how much you're gonna be printing or cleaning the print head. Next, we're gonna go to our printer. We're gonna take out our old ink system. So pop the hatches, all of them. Let's go from the end. Alright, just be careful not to touch the grounds because they do have inks on them. So I'm gonna put them up and out one by one, and we're just gonna put them on the side. So get a paper towel and you can lay them there. Once we do that, we're gonna take our new inks and we start putting them in one by one. Next we go to yellow. Just make sure you put them right. So in this case is the chip is on the right side, so numbers up. This is blue. In this case, if you screw up on the colors you're using, it really will make a difference, except I'm not sure if they're programmed specifically to be a different color or not. But let's put them in. And now we're going to start printing like crazy. So make sure you have plenty of paper in your printer. And we're probably going to print about 20 to 50 photos type images on the papers. This is so we can clean the print head correctly. So let's get started. Right, now that our inks are in, we press OK, the printer accepted it. So we're going to go to our software now, in this case is Photoshop, and we're going to create a bunch of photos. So we're going to go borderless, 8.5 by 11, best quality. And so we have the photo. Let's go first printing, we're going to go, let's go 10 copies. So we're going to select 10 copies. It's going to almost fit. Let's see, scale to fit. So let's go like that, 120%. So we have borderless, and we're gonna click print. Proceed. So now that we have all the colors, black, color, pretty much, this is for sort of testing your printer. So let's see if it does print. This may take a little while. Okay, now we're printing our first sample. You'll see that there's still color just because there actually is already colors in the printer, so it's going to take time before it actually wipes out. So that's why we want to create 10 copies. Just keep in mind to keep an eye on the ink levels, so that way you don't repeat them completely and air gets sucked in anywhere in the printer. So just keep an eye, make sure they're filled. So we're going to do this a couple times, probably. My suggestion is probably just print 5 pages at a time and check on your print ink levels. And once we're done with that, we're gonna add some colors to our inks and test out if it's corrects the printing. Alright, so the first one you see here, how green it is, it's supposed to be gray, and it's still printing green. So this is how we can tell whether the things are gonna be clean or not. And of course, it's still printing in colors. That means our solution hasn't kicked in yet, and we're going to print it till we do. We printed almost 10 copies. There's actually 9, and you can see the print is actually activating the refill inks. So you see there's plenty of inks inside the printer as there is. That's why the first inks you put in, they're gone like no time. So right now it's refilling. It's going to mix in with the solution, So next couple prints should be a lot lighter, and you'll see how even the color will disappear. Now check the ink levels. As you can see, it actually mixed in with the solution with the inks itself now. So now we're should have color, but it should be a lot lighter. And we're gonna print a couple sets. So just keep an eye on the inks. Make sure you have ink in there. If not, fill it up a little with more solution. Alright, after printing those 10 sheets, our printer is asking to replace the black color. So what we're going to do, take it out and restart the printer. This is the reason is why, because it's not recognizing the color properly, and those inks actually not full, never full. They're always half full. So I might have even overdone it regarding filling it in, or it's low. So we're going to check it out. I'm going to pop that. As you can see, on my black, I think the level's just above half, so we're gonna dump a little just to make it half, and we're gonna do it to actually all inks just to make sure. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna reseat every single cartridge, so we'll think that it's a brand new inks installed. Reset all the inks. Tell us that we put in new inks, and it's going to do our preparation. If the first time doesn't work, try to turn off the printer and turn it back on. This usually helps. So we printed about 30 pages right now, and so we printed a self-test diagnostic page. So the reason for this is we still see streaks, so that means we still need a little work. See, the colors are a little lighter just because our solution is in there, but we're gonna have to do this at least probably once or twice. So this is definitely one method to waste ink and paper. However, alternative option it would be just to use the print head cleaning on the printer. The problem with that is if you really use it too much, the spot where it holds all the ink left over or from cleaning the printer head may spill over and actually just dump a lot of ink on your desk, and that's why I don't want to do it. That's an option. You can try it, do it a couple times, but I really would not recommend to do it too many times, as it will spill over outside or inside the printer, and as well on your desk. So keeping that in mind. So we did a print test, and it's showing that we're 29% on our yellow ink. Everything is 90, 99, 300, 99, 80. So looks like we didn't use that much Canon print ink, but we definitely need to add a little to the yellow. So we're gonna go ahead and open it, take out the yellow. You see it's still fairly there's definitely a lot of ink in there still. However, the average, what it's supposed to be, it's supposed to be about 10 millimeters in each of the tanks, not more. Don't fill up all the way to the top. About 10 millimeters total. So this one is low. It's about it says it's 30%. So we're gonna go ahead and add a little more, and we're gonna replace it. So we refilled it. It's about half. If we put it back in, and it will give us an error to that it did detect that it's new ink cartridge installed. However, it says you need to replace it. That's because you added too much ink. So we're gonna go ahead. It should detect that we installed a new ink cartridge. She didn't for some reason, but it's okay. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and actually continue printing. Just don't forget to add more paper, and this is gonna take a while. So remember, you're gonna have to spend a couple hours just to get it going, but the results should be great. So let's keep on going. I'm gonna fill the paper and continue printing sample pages. Okay, we just printed the last page. So we printed probably, I would say, around 70-80 pages, color, different types, printing. So we don't want to go too far. So right now we're gonna stop, and what we're gonna do now is actually take out the inks. We're gonna empty the solution from it. See, it still has color, and so that's why it still prints color. We're gonna empty the solution, and I'm gonna actually add the real ink into it now. This is so we can flush the solution out of the printer before we connect the CIS In case you have the actual ink cartridges, this is the good time to use the setup, as you want to flush the solution out so that way it doesn't get into your actual ink that you're going to use in the future. So if you have new inks, save those. If you have used inks cartridges, just use those now to flush the solution out of it. Or if you have CISS, just don't use it yet. Just fill those tanks with inks first. Empty the solution out and refill it with ink, and run it for additional 5 to 10 copies, so that way it flashes out. So this is what we're going to do now. We're going to use the colors. I'm not going to show it, so I can do it really quick, but you want to use the actual color, and we're going to put it in the inks. Alright, now that we emptied it, we want to refill it with actual ink. So let's put in. We don't want to put it too much. Remember, half of the tanks is what we want to do, so super close to it. Just a little more, and that's it. So I'm not using any gloves, but just for your information, you probably should, otherwise you're going to have fingers like me. So we're going to do that for every single ink. Empty the solution from it to trash and refill it with actual ink. Now that we replaced all the ink cartridges and we filled them with inks, it's doing its regular preparation, so it's sort of filtering with the inks. And from now we're going to print probably another 5 to 10 pages of color, just so we can completely flash it. And once we've done that, we're going to put our CIS system back in. So let's do that right now. Alright, so we're printing our final sets. As you can see, we got the color back, but we're still going to print quite a few pages just so we can clear all the solution from the printer. To be even safer, for example, you can add more ink as well if you have it as well. So the conclusion is it worth trying to fix it? For one, you can break the printer by doing this the way I did it. So don't think just because I did it and it was successful that you're not gonna have any problems. This is definitely not the best way to do it. I mean, HP doesn't recommend that you do it at all. Technically, you can't really fix the clogged head on those printers. They just toss them for scrap and usually get a new one if you send them for repair. So let's see. We spent about $20 on the ink cartridges. Let's say we spend $5 to $10 on the inks, because pretty much we went through a lot. The solution, the alcohol, the ammonia, that's additional $10. And let's see, I printed probably way over 100 drawings. Sheets with full color. I spent over 5 hours doing so. Time-wise, ink-wise, all the accessories that I had to buy, I really would have to say that it's probably not worth fixing or trying to fix the problem with the head. I would just go out and see perhaps if somebody has a used one, if you want to finish up your ink, or even buy a new printer. Just because it takes so much time, so much effort, it's probably cheaper just to go ahead and buy a new printer. But if you're like me and you want to try it anyway, feel free to do so. Just be careful. You can break a printer doing it this way. I of course probably overdid it just because my head is definitely clogged a lot. It's been like that for quite a while. If yours isn't that bad, chances are you don't have to print that much. It'll be fixed out faster. And of course, remember, always print at least once a week. That's how the head gets clogged in the first place, is because you weren't printing enough. If you leave your printer hanging around for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, that's where the ink actually starts drying out and clogging the head. So make sure you print at least once a week or more, just to keep the printer fresh and all the ink constantly being replaced. So hopefully you like this video. Please like or subscribe to my channel, and hopefully I'll have some more videos for you soon as well. Thank you. Alright, here are a few tips just in case you run into the issue where it says you have ink system failure. There's a couple ways to reset it, and most of the time it works. Just be persistent, and you actually have to try this method a couple times. I mean, I tried it on one time when it failed back in a couple months ago. I think I tried it 8 times until it started working again. We'll definitely have to do it a bunch of times in order to actually clear the problem. The usual problem why it's causing it, it's either the air got into the tanks and formed the bubble and pushed it through the ink system. Second, it could be that the ink level is too high. So when you have that problem, make sure, for example, if you're using refillable inks, that the level is minimal. Just make sure dump the ink if it's a half or more. Just leave it at a 1/4 of the ink, and just toss the rest. Just so it's just a little bit there, just in case. So when the prepping actually done, it's gonna put back the ink. It's better to have less than more to clear the problem. The second thing you can do is to reset the printer. There's 2 ways to do it. One way is to hold the help button and OK. Disconnect from power while holding it, and then reconnect it while holding the buttons. The printer should shut off. Once it shuts off, just turn it back on, and that's considered a hard reset. And the second option, I'm going to show you in a second as soon as this finishes printing. Okay, and the second way to do a system reset would be hold left arrow, and setup once. You'll see the screen goes into enter special key combo. I'm going to press OK. Now it's going to says support. I'm going to click on left 3 times until we get system configuration menu. Click OK. It says hardware failure status. I'm going to click OK again. It says failure status clear. Press OK to clear. Press clear. Cancel to continue. After that, we just cancel out. Turn off the printer with your power button and on again, and it should be clear. So those are a few things you can try. You will have to probably do that 6-7 times in order to clear the fault completely, but it does work eventually. You just gotta be persistent and do it a bunch of times. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please rate, like, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.